All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
Hare Hare.
Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Krishna Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayan Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiriyet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Canto 3rd, Chapter 9, verse 22nd. And I'm going to share my screen. सोयाम समस्ता जगतं सुहृद एक आत्मा स्तवेन यन्नद्यते भगवान् भागेना तेनेव मे दृशम् अनुस्पृशात् यथाहं स्रक्ष्यामि पूर्वाद् इदं प्रणत प्रियोऽसौ सोऽयं समस्ता जगत् सुहृद एक आत्मा स्तवेन यन्नद्यते भगवान् भागेन तेनैव मे दृशम् अनुस्प्रसादात् यथाहं स्रक्ष्यामि पूर्वावद् इदं प्रणत प्रियोऽसौ सोऽयं समस्ता जगतं सुहृद एक आत्मा सत्त्वेन यन्मृद्धयते भगवान् भागेन तेनेव मे दृशम् अनुस्प्रसादात् यथाहं स्रक्ष्यामि पूर्वावद् idam pranata priyoso. Anybody wants to recite?
सोऽयं समस्तजगतां सुहृदेकात्मा सत्त्वेन यन्मृदयते भगवान् भगेन तेनैव मे दृशम् अनुस्पृशताद्यताहं स्रक्ष्यामि पूर्ववदिदं प्रणतः प्रियसो.
Anyone else?
Soyam samastha jagatam suhridekatma satvena yan hridayate bhagavan bhagena tenaiva medrisham hanusprastad yataham srakshyami purvat idam pranata priyoso. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. So ayam samast jagatam suhridhek atma satvena yanam hridayate bhagavan bhagena naiva me trisham anusprshatad yathaham shashyami purvavadhidam pranat priyo asa.
Anyone else? Okay. Synonyms. Saha, he, I am, the Lord. samsata jagatam of all the universes, Sruhit Ekaha, the one friend and philosopher. Atma, the super soul, Satvena, by the mood of goodness. Yat, one who, Vridyate, causes happiness. Bhagwan, the personality of Godhead. Bhagena, with 6 opulences. Tena, by him. Eva, certainly. Me, to me. Risham, power of introspection. Anusprasatat, let him give. Yatha, as. Aham, I. Srakshami, will be able to create. Purvavat, as before. Idam, this universe. Pranata, surrendered. Priyaha, dear. Asav, he, the Lord. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ji, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. That the Supreme Lord be merciful towards me. He is the one friend and soul of all living entities in the world, and He maintains all for their ultimate happiness by His 6 transcendental opulences. May He be merciful towards me, so that I, as before, may be empowered with the introspection to create, for I am also one of the surrendered souls who are dear to the Lord. Purport. The Supreme Lord Purushottama, or Sri Krishna, is the maintainer of all in both the transcendental and material worlds. He is the life and friend of all, because there is eternally natural affection and love between the living entities and the Lord. He is the one friend and well-wisher for all, and He is one without a second. The Lord maintains all the living entities everywhere by His 6 transcendental opulences, for which He is known as Bhagavan, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Brahma prayed for His mercy so that He might be able to create the universal affairs as He did before. Only by the Lord's causeless mercy could He create both material and spiritual personalities like Marichi and Narada respectively. Brahma prayed to the Lord because He is very much dear to the surrendered soul. The surrendered soul knows nothing but the Lord. And therefore, the Lord is very affectionate towards him. Let the Supreme Lord be merciful towards me. He is the one friend and soul of all living entities in the world, and He maintains all for their ultimate happiness by His 6 transcendental opulences. May He be merciful towards me, so that I, as before, may be empowered with the introspection to create, for I am also one of the surrendered souls who are dear to the Lord. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakhaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak on the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam this morning. So we are reading from Canto 3rd, Chapter 9, and we know that these are prayers of Brahmaji onto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. And Srimad Bhagavatam, before going into today's verse, I would like to set some kind of preface for today's verse. So Srimad Bhagavatam describes various incarnations of Supreme Lord Hari. And in the process of these descriptions, 10 important subject matters are explained. And we know that these 10 subject matters or topics of Srimad Bhagavatam have been described in chapter 10th, Canto 2nd, verse 1. And we have discussed several times in our Bhagavatam calls about these topics. Because these topics are very important and these makes the content of Srimad Bhagavatam. So no matter how many times we read and understand about these topics, it's never late or never overdoing it about these topics. So these topics are Atra Sarga Visargascha Sthanam Poshanam Utihi Manvantara Ishanu Kataha Nirodha Mukti Ashraya. Sarga, the primary creation or the creation of 23 elements by the Supreme Lord himself in his Paramatma feature. Second, Visarga, the secondary creation by Brahmaji. Third, Sthanam, that means all the planetary systems, or we can see the positioning of the living entities in all these 14 planetary systems. Poshanam, protection, nourishment by the Lord. Utiha, the creative impetus or inclination towards doing the fruitive activities in different modes of material nature. Manavantara, the periods of Manu. There are 14 Manu in a day of Brahma. So 14 Manus, changing of 14 Manus is called the Manavantara. One life of Manu is called Manavantar, reign of Manu. So that has been discussed. Ishanukatha, the science of God. Nirodha, dissolution. This is the dissolution of those living entities, of those conditioned living entities who suffered in this material world, but they unable to cut the knot of that false ego and unable to go just leave this material universe. So that's why at the time of total cosmic annihilation, these living entities again enter into the body of Mahavishnu. And because of that dissolution, Nirodha, that's called Nirodha, that means these living entities get some relief from their miseries because they are getting those miseries from subtle and gross bodies. So subtle and gross bodies go away for a certain point of time until next material universe start to create. So that's Nirodha, Mukti, liberation. That means final liberation outside of this material world. And then the final is Ashraya or supreme shelter. Now, all these in order to explain the importance of the 10th topic, Ashraya Tattva, supreme shelter, other 9 subjects or other 9 topics have been explained in Bhagavatam. So there are 2 things, 2 divisions in all of existence. And these 2 divisions are, one is dependent and other is independent. Paratantra and Swatantra. So if we see these 10 topics, we can divide these 10 topics into 2 categories. These 9 topics come under Paratantra. That means these 9 topics are dependent on this independent topic or independent tattva or identity, which is supreme. Swatantra is who? Ashraya tattva, or the supreme shelter, or the supreme personality of Godhead. So this independent or Swatantra, or we call Swarat, is the Supreme Lord. And interestingly, this Supreme Lord is invoked in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. We know that there was only one Ved, which was Yajurved. And this Yajurved got divided into 4 divisions, and then Puranas and Upanishads, and then Mahabharat, histories, Itihasa, were written by or compiled by Vedavyas Muni. And then later on, Vedavyas Muni, he gave the summary of all these scriptures, which we call Vedanta Sutra. And Srimad Bhagavatam is the commentary on Vedanta Sutra. Or we can say the essence of even Vedanta Sutra. So Srimad Bhagavatam, in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, before starting to compile Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Vedavyas Muni, he invoked the auspiciousness by the words Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 1.1.1. And Srila Vyasadeva, he begins by offering his obeisances to the Supreme Lord Vasudeva. He made it very clear that Vasudeva is the Supreme Person, and after paying obeisances to him, let me write the commentary on even Vedanta Sutra. So, what is the verse 1.1.1? In short, Janmadasya Yataha. And then later on, the last 3 words of this word, Satyam Parama Dhimahi. So we see the primary characteristics or the Swarup Lakshana of verse 1 of Srimad Bhagavatam, that itself is defining the characteristics of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is none other than Vasudeva. Who is none other than Vasudeva. Satyam Parama Dhimahi is the Swarup Lakshana of this verse. That means the primary characteristics of this verse. That means who is the absolute truth. Satyam Parama Dhimahi. And what is the secondary or the Tathastha Lakshana of this verse of chapter 1, verse 1, canto 1 of Srimad Bhagavatam? Janmade Asya Yataha. He is the source, and from him everything is emanating. That's what Sri Vyasadeva is writing while compiling the entire conversation between Sutta and Shaunakadik rishis. So this Srimad Bhagavatam, it is starting with the answer to the first sutra in the Vedanta Sutra. Anyone knows what is the first sutra of Vedanta Sutra?
Athato Brahma Jignasa.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Athato Brahma Jigyasaha. Inquisitiveness towards the Brahman or Paratatvam, or that Akhande Tattva, or the undivisible truth. Athato Brahma Jigyasaha. And the answer is given right at the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, when Vyasadeva is invoking Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadya Asya Yataha, and then ending the entire verse with Satyam Parama Dhimahi, that he is the truth, absolute truth. And now going, and we have seen that these 9 topics, they are being covered in all the 12 cantos. In all the 12 cantos, these 10 topics are there. Maybe one topic is taking predominance over other topics, but they are present. They are present in all the 12 cantos, and they are there just because of the fact that the transcendence of supreme absolute truth should be highlighted, or the transcendence of the supreme absolute truth is the importance of this Ashraya Tattva can, be invoked, or to understand the readers, so that the readers of Srimad Bhagavatam understand that the Ashraya Tattva, or the shelter, who is the supreme shelter. That's why these 9 topics have been explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, we have read today's verse, and today's verse is Brahmaji's prayers. Brahmaji is praying to Lord Sri Krishna. And it's very important to understand the prayers, or it's very important to study the prayers by various devotees or various exalted personalities in Srimad Bhagavatam. Why? Because just they are making the portion or the chapter in Srimad Bhagavatam? No, because when we hear the mood and the attitude of the exalted personality, the way they are putting up their heart in front of the Lord, this gives us an insight, or this gives us a secret, or the path to the heart of the great personalities, that how they are praying and how they are glorifying the Lord. And also, prayers are just not the words. Prayers have so much power. Prayers attract the blessings of the Supreme Lord. Just like when the rain pours, it pours equally in all the places, right? But if the ground is hard in one place, then nothing sprouts from there. But in fertile ground, when the rain pours, what happens? Crop grows. And this crop gives nourishment. So prayerful attitude represents that fertile ground. Prayerful attitude of a devotee's heart represents that fertile ground. When the rain of mercy of the Supreme Lord falls on the heart of a devotee whose attitude is prayerful, then that devotee grows. That devotee's heart grows that seed of bhakti lata which is there in the heart of devotee. But what is the hard surface? Krishna has mercy on everybody. But what is the hard surface? Hard surface is where people are just speculating about the Supreme Lord, or impersonalist, or the yogis who are just using the form of the Lord, deity form of the Lord, and then rejecting that form, considering it as Maya, or using that form just to reach the impersonal Brahman, right? So, so that's why prayers are very, very important in a life of a devotee, or in a life of any living entity for that sake. In Srimad Bhagavatam, we can see we encounter so many prayers of so many devotees. So that's why if we see and take Srimad Bhagavatam, the Srimad Bhagavatam, most of the Srimad Bhagavatam is filled with prayers. And that's why it gives us the importance of glorifying the Lord. And here we can see Brahmaji in this 9th chapter. This chapter is very important for all of us, so that we can see how Brahmaji, first of all, he established the truth about the Lord, that you are the supreme knowable truth. You are the protector of everybody. Your form is eternal. Your personal form is the one who is auspicious and giving everything to everybody. Your holy name is so nice. Your holy name, your holy name is giving everything to everybody. And also Brahmaji lamented for all those jivatmas or living entities who, in spite getting this human form of life, failed to take the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. And now Brahmaji is wrapping up his prayers by these last 4 verses, 22, 23, 24, and 25. And Brahmaji is making requests, 4 requests from the Lord in this prayer, in these 4 verses. And Brahmaji is not making the request from the Lord just for his own satisfaction, for his own sense gratification. Like we can take the inference from here that Brahmaji can make the request. Why can't I make request in front of the Lord that give me this, give me that, give me that? But Brahmaji is making requests in these 4 verses, but we can see the requests of Brahma. So in verse 22nd, Brahmaji prays, or the verse for today, Brahmaji prays that the Lord being, please be merciful unto me and empower me with introspection. Empower me with introspection. And if we try to go and we try to learn from the commentaries of our acharyas, so Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he has given in his commentary that after offering praise to the Supreme Lord, Brahmaji now is going to make request in 4 coming verses. And Brahmaji is saying that the Lord, you are the protector, Suhit, of all the spiritual and material worlds. And you are the abode of unconditional prema, love. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary for this verse is writing like that you are the abode of unconditional prema, or Srila Prabhupada is writing that you are the super soul of all the living beings. And we have seen this in our previous classes also, that Krishna in his plenary expansions and then first incarnation from Maha Sankarshana as Maha Vishnu, in his body, in Karanodakshaya Vishnu, Jivatmas and also Maya Shakti is residing. And for the material universe, when there is a time for material universe, Karanodakshaya Vishnu, she glances on the material nature or Prakriti, and then we know how the process starts. Jivatmas got into the Prakriti through the Klal Shakti of the Lord. Prakriti, then Pradhana, and then from there, 23 elements come in, and then 23 for the amalgamation of 23 elements. Again, Sambhanan Shakti of the Lord, or cohesive energy of the Lord. Again, Lord, sends that energy. So the Maya Shakti and the Jiva Shakti, both energies, they reside in the body of the Lord. And not only that, when this living entity who is covered with the mode of ignorance and with the layer of rootive baggage, that when this living entity gets false ego, mind, intelligence, chittam, and then subtle body, gross body, even after getting the gross body, no matter what kind of gross body this living entity is getting out of 8.4 million species of life, the Lord in the form of, the Lord in the Prakasha form as Shirodakshai Vishnu is sitting as a super soul in each and every heart region with the soul. I think in Shvetadvara Upanishad it has been said that there are 2 birds. One bird is eating fruit, the other one bird is witnessing the other bird. But the bird who is the witness is compared as the super soul. And this bird is going with the other bird. These 2 birds are friends. They are together and they are going everywhere. So Lord is that merciful. And here in this words, in the purport, we have seen that Lord has, Brahmaji is saying that you are the abode of ultimate happiness. Why Brahmaji is saying that? In this world, in getting this gross body, we all are suffering. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he writes in his commentary that the Lord, because he is the abode of unconditional prema, he is the Atma or the super soul of everybody. So he gives happiness to the material world by his energy, by his Maya Shakti. So we know that this external energy or Maya Shakti has modes of material nature, right? Has three modes: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So by Sattva Guna, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, by Sattva Guna, by mode of goodness, the Supreme Lord is sending or giving happiness to those who are situated in that mode. Sattva Guna or the Vidya of material nature also provides happiness. So in the material world, he is, by his Sattva Guna, he is protecting everybody. And that same Supreme Lord, in previous class, not previous to this class, but my previous class, I have discussed the incarnations of the Lord. So even in the spiritual world and also to his devotees, even in this material world, the Lord is giving happiness by his 6 great qualities, by his 6 transcendental qualities, which again comes under his internal potency or the Chitta Shakti. So with his transcendental qualities, he is giving the happiness to his devotees who are coming onto the platform of Vishuddha Sattvam or above the material moods. But who are still on the material level, material world, he is giving his happiness by his Sattva Guna or mode of goodness. That's what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying. And then Brahmaji is saying that, oh Lord, please protect me. So that means, oh Lord, please protect me. Please protect my material vision, my qualities of Sattva Guna, through my qualities of Sattva Guna. Please protect my material vision. And by a portion of your spiritual activities, spiritual qualities, please keep nourishing my spiritual wisdom. Since I am a soul who is surrendered onto you. And that's what in the purport we have seen. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also is mentioning in his commentary, in the translation itself, that so that if you protect my material vision, I will be able to create material beings like Prajapatis, who will be high in the qualities of goodness or material mode of goodness, who will be high in the mode of Sattva Guna. And if you protect my spiritual wisdom by your transcendental qualities, 6 transcendental qualities we know, Aishwarya, Samagrasya, that 6 famous qualities of the Lord. But again, it is under the Chitta Shakti or the internal potency. With your spiritual quality, please protect my spiritual wisdom so that I can manifest the devotees like Narad Muni, who are situated on Vishuddha Sattvam. So that's the clear explanation what Brahmaji is saying. Because you are the source and you are the protector and you are the maintainer of everything. So please, Lord, I request you to protect my material wisdom and protect my spiritual wisdom. So when we hear the word protector and maintainer, what we think? Usually when we say that Lord is the maintainer of everything. So when we think about the word maintenance, what comes into our mind? Anybody? What comes into our mind? Maintaining of what? Please unmute.
Is the provider. He provides us with all the necessities of life.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, that's what comes into our mind. Maintenance means my life, my house, my home, my family. He is the maintainer and he is the protector. Now, Narsingha Chaturdashi is coming and we hear, right, that Narsingha Dev is the protector of everybody. So we say, okay, may Narsingha Dev protect your family, your relatives, everybody. But when it comes to Krishna, we can see the prayer of this Brahmaji of this particular verse. He wants Krishna to maintain his bhakti, his devotion. That's for that purpose, Krishna is the only maintainer and well-wisher. So he is the person who can maintain everything. And he is responsible for maintaining everything anyways by his spiritual energies and material energies. But one thing, and I already said, when we always think of maintenance, it's maintenance of work, family, and other related things. But one thing which we forget is most important maintenance is the maintenance of our devotional service or our bhakti. And it's very easy to start the devotional service. And it is very easy to end it too. But it is very, very difficult to maintain it. So we have seen many people come, many people go. But in between, maintaining the devotional service is the greatest challenge. And it's not just the challenge for us embodied, conditioned living entities who are trying their hard to overcome the struggles and miseries, and at the same time trying to practice devotional service in our life. But also it is difficult from Brahmaji. And Brahmaji, that's why he's saying that, oh Lord, please protect. And we have seen what Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad is saying, that with your material sattva guna, my material wisdom, but please by your transcendental qualities, protect my spiritual wisdom, which is very important. Because only with the maintenance of our bhakti, if our bhakti remains with us, there is a chance for us to achieve that purpose for which we have been given this human form of life. So maintenance of bhakti is very important. What's that verse in chapter 9? And very important verse where Krishna is saying, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nitya bhyuktanam yogam shemam bahamyam. So what we understand by this yogam shemam bahamyam, Krishna is saying in this verse, the translation is that I carry what my devotees lack, and I preserve what my devotees have. And if we see in the purport in Bhagavad Gita chapter 9, we see that Srila Prabhupada is writing that yoga shemam bahamyam. What is the meaning of yoga? Yoga means connection with the supreme absolute truth. Yoga means the connection. Yoga shemam bahamyam. Krishna is saying, I protect that connection with me. Ananyas chintayanto mam. That devotee who is worshipping me. Ananyas means only me, not any other. Who is worshipping me? I protect that relationship, that Krishna consciousness. So even if devotee falls sometime due to the influence of the modes and because of the presence of some samskaras from the previous lives, and also due to the presence of anarthas in our life, although we are on the path of progressive path of our bhakti, Krishna is there to save us, save our Krishna consciousness, that link. And that's the meaning, the real meaning of that word, yoga, yogam, shemam, vahamyam. We have seen that so many devotees have left their material bodies due to some disease. Like we know that Kadamba Kanan Maharaj, very exalted devotee. His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, very exalted devotee. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj, due to COVID, they have left their bodies because of some disease. So now we can say, how come Krishna is preserving their material bodies? Where Krishna is not fulfilling his words in Bhagavad Gita. But in fact, Krishna is saving that important connection of the soul with the Supreme Lord. This living entity who is away from the Lord, from the Anadi or beginningless. Now, when this living entity turns in front of the Samukyam by using the Bhakti Marg, by devotional service, then Krishna takes the charge. The internal potency of the Lord takes the charge of that devotee. And Krishna protects yogam, shemam, vahamyam. Although these exalted personalities had to leave their bodies, but their soul definitely got that Siddha Deha through which they were able to go into the spiritual world and serve Krishna in one of the four prominent bhavas. So that's the meaning of yogam, shemam, bhamyam. This material body, gross body, is anyways is going to go away. Maybe right now, right now, if someone is sick, he is taking medicines, he gets cured. But after some time, again, the material body, due to the effect of time, is going to deteriorate, and this material body is going to go away. So Krishna is not doing any temporary kind of promise. He is promising that permanently that relationship, that Krishna consciousness, I am going to protect. And what my devotee is lacking, in order to come to me completely, I am going to provide it to him. I am going to give it to him. Just like in Dhruv Maharaj story, we have seen Dhruv Maharaj, after hearing to his mother, he just left the palace. And in between of the way, Krishna sent with the inspiration of the Supreme Person, Narad Muni came as the spiritual master of Dhruva. And because of his mercy, Dhruv Maharaj was able to achieve the Lord. So Krishna says that that's the real meaning. But many times we use it as, oh, I lost my job. Krishna says, yogam shemam vahamyam. Krishna is going to give me 2 more jobs. Although, yes, Krishna has given this department to his external energy, his Maya Devi, to deal with all these things. But Krishna himself is taking charge of the devotee, and he is doing everything by which this devotee gets more and more closer to the Lord. And many times we have seen that when the difficulties come, then the devotees, they get distracted. They get distracted because of course, because of the presence of material nature and Maya. But in many instances, there are instances where we have seen that devotees don't get baffled. And the biggest example is Srila Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, although being taken birth in the family of demons, is Prahlad Maharaj, he was living, when his father asked him, what did you learn? He gave so many, he gave such a answer which showed Hiranyakashipu that he is the worshipper of Vishnu. He sent him again, and then again, the third time. And then Prahlad Maharaj started to teach the demons about the glories of bhakti, or to how to surrender onto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So all the time we say, but it's not easy to become Prahlad Maharaj, because Prahlad Maharaj is Prahlad Maharaj. We are not Prahlad Maharaj, that in midst of so many disturbances, when your own father is after your life, you just stay put in your devotional service. Okay, but Prahlad Maharaj was teaching to the demon boys. We cannot be Prahlad Maharaj, but we can be the boys, demon boys who were following Prahlad Maharaj and who have taken bhakti from Prahlad Maharaj, and they also become fixed up. So there are so many examples. Srila Prabhupada is an example. So many examples. So Brahmaji here, he is praying the same thing, that please maintain and help me, so that with introspection of what? In my own heart, with my own faults, I keep looking where I am doing wrong. With the introspection, please empower me so that I can create. But is Brahmaji creating for his happiness? No. Brahmaji is creating because the Supreme Lords want him to create. And similarly, Brahmaji, what is the position of Brahmaji? He is the living entity, but his body is made up of Buddhi Tattva. And from his body, the vibrations of Vedas are coming out. And that's what Brahmaji is saying in the next verse. No, next, not next, I think 24th. So Brahmaji in the next verse, little bit, he's fearing the influence of Rajogun. See, Brahmaji is the creator, secondary creator, and he is fearful of Rajogun. Why? Because this material energy belongs to Supreme Lord. Devi Hesha Gunmayi Mam Maya Duratyaya. Or who is Brahmaji? Brahmaji is a living entity himself. And Brahmaji knows that if there is a deviation in my bhakti, then this material energy can attack me too. So Brahmaji prays for the well-being of his own bhakti. And Brahmaji is saying that with your Chitta Shakti, please engage my minds always in remembering the pastimes of your pastime while I do my work. And similarly, Krishna spoke to Arjuna in chapter 8. Arjuna, tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yuddhacha. You think about me and do your duty. And that's what same thing Brahmaji is asking. That while creating this material world, I don't get any kind of false ego. Because material world I am creating by the energy of mode of passion. So it never affects me. Please help me in this. And Brahmaji also said in next verse that because of the influence, I don't want to get deviated from the vibrations of Vedas. So that gives us a very important point. In first verse, Brahmaji is claiming himself to be a surrendered soul of the Lord. And in order to become the surrendered soul of the Lord, what do you need? Just like if I am sick, the symptom is I have a fever. Oh, sorry. If I have a fever, the symptom is, I am sick. So symptom is I have a high fever. So this surrenderance, sharanagati, is the symptom of what? Drid Shraddha, or firm conviction in the words of scriptures, Vedas, and that too Bhakti Vedas or Bhakti Shastras. And we know that this Sharanagati has been explained very, very nicely by Bhakti Vinod Thakur in his Sajjan Toshini, 6 limbs of Sharanagati. So how Sharanagati comes? Sharanagati comes by Drid Shraddha. When we have the full conviction in the words of Shastras. But this Shraddha is not a limb of devotional service. Shraddha is different. Shraddha is one of the transformation of my mind which helps me to keep on this path forever. And when I get that drid conviction or full conviction in the words of scriptures, then these 6 things happen. So if we see these 6 things, then these 6 things are the symptoms of Drid Shraddha. Just like I'm sick, I have a high fever. That's high fever is a symptom of being sick. So what are those 6? Anukulasya sankalpa pratikulasya varjanam rakshyashati vishwaso gopitra varnam tatha atma nikshepa karpanye sadvidha sharanagati. And the 6 classifications are given. Accepting what is favorable. That means by doing everything by mind, body, and words. Everything which is favorable in my Krishna consciousness. And that's what Brahmaji is doing. That's what Brahmaji is doing. He is doing with his body the work of creation, which is a service to the Lord. But by mind, he wants to be connected with the Lord. By body and by words, he is praying to the Lord. And that's what he's saying. By my ears, I just keep hearing. And by my mind, by my vichara, by my buddhi, I just keep thinking about your pastime. So accepting that which is favorable onto my Krishna consciousness. Second, rejecting everything which is unfavorable. These are the symptoms of the surrendered soul. Only by saying, I am a surrendered soul, I am a surrendered soul, nothing doing. It should come in the vyavhara or the attitude of a person. Rejecting everything which is unfavorable. Like not eating, which is not prashadam. Not watching, which is not Krishna consciousness. Not giving our ear, again with body, mind, and words. Just rejecting all those things which are not favorable and not giving me anything to go further in my Krishna consciousness. Third, having faith that Krishna will certainly protect me. Actually, this should be the first one, that Krishna will definitely protect me. And then the favorable and non-favorable things follow behind. First we have to have that faith that Krishna will definitely protect me. And next is, Krishna is my only maintainer. And we can see in the life of Prahlad Maharaj, this Sunday we are going to celebrate Narsingha Chaturdashi. So how can we not glorifying Prahlad Maharaj again and again who are showing these 6 symptoms of Sharanagati very nicely. And by his example, he is teaching everybody. And with the prayers of Brahma, the prayers of Brahma is the living example of Srila Prahlad Maharaj, an exalted devotee of the Lord. And next, having knowledge that Krishna is my maintainer. 5th one, surrendering one's own self to the Lord in a favorable mood. And 6th, accepting humility. That I am a fallen soul. I am nothing but a fallen soul. But these 6 symptoms show that I am a surrendered soul. And that's what Brahmaji is saying. That because I am a surrendered soul, I accept you as my maintainer. You are the only best friend. He's the only best friend because he is coming with us everywhere we are go. In his Paramatma feature as super soul. He is even giving the material facilities to all those people who are averse from him. So he is the best friend, Suhrid Sakha of everybody. So accepting which is favorable, rejecting which is not favorable, but first accept Krishna as my protector. Krishna is my protector. Accepting Krishna is my protector, and then other things follow. So these are the prayers of Brahmaji, and Brahmaji is praying to the Supreme Lord with his heart, and he is trying to wake up Krishna, or the Supreme Lord Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and he is going to talk to him, starting verse 26. So this is all for today. If anybody has any questions, comments, or anything you want to add, correct, or do anything, please go ahead. And if not, then we can.
Thank you, Mataji, for a very nice class today. It's an important topic that you brought up and is being discussed, and something that I find in discussing with devotees is probably one of their biggest struggles in developing their faith on this topic. You read about it philosophically, it makes sense. Krishna is our protector, Krishna is our well-wisher at all moments, and then tragedy may hit in our life. We may go to school, but then, come out of school and can't find a job. Maybe there's a family matter that creates a huge disturbance. Maybe a financial matter that looks like our whole world is turned upside down. Maybe we lose a job, or, anything. This world is full of calamities. But yet we think, okay, I surrender to Krishna, so that all these calamities will now go away from me. And Krishna will, that is his protection of me. Even when we chant the Shingadev prayer, sometimes I've noticed, a lot of times we kind of think this way. That no. Anyway, can you please speak and comment on that?
Yes, Prabhu, you are absolutely right. When and that's the thing, right? That's where the our faith is lacking, because again and again acharyas are saying that Drid Shraddha, firm faith, conviction is required. But when we hit the real world, this material world, we get affected by all these things. We get morose and in distressful conditions. But at the same time, it's not easy to get out of this material universe, that's for sure. Even the bhakti is not that easy, although we say that it's easy, and Prabhupada said it's easy, but not that simple. So to have that faith and to have that conviction is very difficult, definitely. And that's why Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is also saying that out of thousands and thousands of people, there is only one who just be able to do it. But by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and our Vaishnavas, senior Vaishnavas, I think that we are getting ample amount of mercy. And yes, when there is financial problem and so many other things hit, there are troubles in life, then we get so morose. We become so distracted from our path, especially devotional service. But that's the time when we try to associate ourselves with the devotees and try to associate ourselves with the books, and also to take practical advices from the devotees around us. And that's where association is very, very important. And it's just not the philosophy which is given in our books, but it is something which we should be taking into our lives also. And I know it's very hard for me too. I'm very, very honest about it. It's very hard, but that's what we have to do. I mean, and it's going to come with the practice. Maybe it will take some births to us, and definitely Krishna also help devotees materially too. There is a story of Arjunacharya. I don't know if how many of you have heard this story, but there is a story of Arjunacharya, one of the exalted devotee of Lord. And this Arjunacharya, he was a great commentator on Bhagavad Gita. And he saw this verse in Bhagavad Gita where Krishna is saying Yogam Kshemam Bahamyam. And he said why Krishna is Yogam Kshemam Bahamyam, why he is directly protecting his devotee. And I am so poor, I don't have anything to eat, where Krishna is, providing for me. I have to beg outside and go. So he just crossed that line. And that day he became so late in begging, in going out to beg. He went outside. He did not find anything. So he thought that today my family will be hungry because I got late getting out. So where is this that Krishna is Yogam Kshemam Bhamyam? And it has been said in the story that two boys, one was in black complexion, another was in white complexion. They both came carrying so many food stuff onto the doorstep of this Brahmana while this Brahmana was out. And his wife, he opened the door and he saw these two people, two little boys, and she asked, "Who are you?" And they said, "We are the disciples of your husband, and he sent these things to for your food to eat." And one of the boys showed at the back, "See, your husband, he beat me up today, And this wife got so angry with Arjunacharya. And when he came back, he told him, "How come you be so merciless that you are beating actually little boys?" And then after introspecting in the entire situation, he got to know that actually Krishna and Balaram himself came. And we can see in the life of Srila Prabhupada also, when he came here in United States of America with nothing in his pockets, and nothing to go where he wants to go. No, he didn't have any idea. But because he had the full conviction, he is a surrendered soul on the Lord, onto the Lord, Krishna provided him everything for expanding this movement. So, yes, we get disturbed, we get distracted, we are very unhappy with the situations in our life, but at the same time, these are the situations in which we have to, come up and try to become more and more Krishna conscious. And that's a symptom of a surrendered soul, for sure. I'm not surrendered soul. That's why I'm not a surrendered soul. That's why I still have to go. I'm not a surrendered soul. And that's the reason why I don't have the full conviction in the protection of the Lord. And that's just the truth. I hope that, sorry for the long story. Hare Krishna. Okay.
Thank you for elaborating on that.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
I want to also just make a quick announcement. Tonight we have a special guest at our temple, His Grace Mukunda Datta Prabhu. He's a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, as well as a resident of Vrindavan. He's been serving in Vrindavan as a Brahmin for many years. So please come and get his association. The program starts tonight at 6:30. We'll have kirtan and class from Prabhu. So I hope to see everybody this evening at the temple. Hare Krishna.
वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः।